Hi, I'm Jose Soto, and this is your daily dose. So, I read this article today about Newt Gingrich. Oh, yes, good old Newt, right? The social conservative, the guy who's going to hone in on all this big liberal spending. Well, even though he likes to spend himself and he backed out of the pledge to America, whatever it was that he had when he was a failed Speaker of the House. Newt Gingrich pledges not to commit infidelity a third time. Oh, really? So then he goes after these naive social conservatives, goes after them and says, "Hey, look at me! Hey, I'm just like you! Hey, paisan! Hey, how are you? Hey, hey, vote for me! Support me! Cause I don't like gays either. Even though I have a lesbian half sister. And don't forget about my adulterous ways. Don't forget that I made one of my wives divorce me while she was dying of cancer, and I laughed at her in her last hours of life. Sure, ignore all that. I am for the family." Oh, good old Newt. And what I don't get is, why don't many of these news outlets talk about his hypocrisy? I mean, the real hypocrisy. I mean, there are a lot of news articles out there dating back to when he was a congressman of him supporting things that I think that these social conservatives, that the family leader will definitely not support. Oh, but they're in cahoots now. They're in cahoots with Mr. Big Government. Now, I don't care what your views are on liberal or conservative issues. I just don't think that people should be defrauded because of a lunatic like Mr. Newt Gingrich. And just the same old theater show for me. Social conservatives are a peculiar bunch of people. They are easily persuadable to whatever you want to do, as long as you say two things. You're against abortion. You are against the gay. You won. It doesn't matter what other issues you have propagated before, what your voting record is, who you supported, who paid you, by the way. Oh, yes. Good old Newt Gingrich. He has made a lot of money from Freddie Mac, even though we, the taxpayers, have to basically bail out that institution. No, good old Newt Gingrich, good old Newty, he gets his paycheck, while we, the taxpayers, get the pay bill or the bailout bill. But let's talk about this whole marriage thing. You see, because he's talking about defending marriage, right? This is what he said. "Defending marriage as president, I will vigorously enforce the Defense of Marriage Act." Oh, really? Let me just ask you, social conservatives, how do you expect Newty to do that? If he's not enforcing the pledges of marriage once, twice, or thrice, how is he going to enforce the Defense of Marriage Act, which all of you support? The Defense of Marriage Act is nothing but another federal intrusion upon the states. Now, if the states want to legalize gay marriage, and they should, obviously, there should be no federal impediment to that. But that's why social conservatives are not conservative. These people are for federal intervention. Rick Santorum said so very clear in the last couple of debates that he supports, number one, supports big government intrusion as long as it benefits his issues, his causes, right? Let's bail out the Boy Scouts, which have been caught numerous times raping boys. Let's bail out certain Catholic institutions and pay them with taxpayer money. I have nothing against religion. I'm a spiritual person myself. I mean, it's all up to you. If you want to, support that, if you believe in religion and God and all that, that's your business. I respect and I admire people for that. But when you start to meddle money and politics into all of that, it gets crazy. And these people are basically crazy. And I don't have to point out to this article to tell you that. How can people be so damn naive? Explain that to me, YouTube. Explain that to me. Why are people so naive and they believe everything? Do your research. Do your homework. Realize who this man is. This man is one of the most immoral, evil swindlers I've ever come across on the internet or anywhere else. He is a very dangerous man. And we gay people, our job is to disclose who he is, not just the fact that he's a hypocrite, not just the fact that he disregards marriage and he thinks it's all about money, which that's what he said many times before. We should educate the public on the fact that these puppets are trying to swindle them for a vote and lie to them constantly. This is your daily dose, and don't forget to visit our website, thegayreport.net, thegayreport.net. I'm Jose Soto. See you next time.